welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Myrna Cunningham and I do videos all about homeschooling, and sometimes every once in a while I'll throw in some everyday life and just some random videos. But today's video is all about preschool and what it is that we will be doing for the 2025 school year. Now, I say 2025 and not 2025-2026 because I think I should be able to do what I have here just up until the end of the year, and then once the new year comes around, I will kind of evaluate where he's at and then see what, either if I can bump him up or if we need to review a few other things. So I'm just going to show you what it is for preschool. I do have a 4-year-old. I did already start some of this stuff with him. You may have seen it in other videos, but I did just want to show it because we will continue using it this year. So the first thing that I am going to talk about is what I am using for geography, like the states. I do start teaching my boys the 50 states very, very young. I started with my oldest when he was 3 years old. And I also started with my youngest when he was 3 years old. So he is very aware of what the 50 states are and where some of them are located. And so the thing that I use for preschool is I use this learning mat. And I purchased this, I want to say it was possibly like 3-4 years ago. I purchased it at a store. If I can find it, if I can find all this stuff, I will link it. But this is what I use to show them like the states. And then I also do use my rug that I have in the homeschool classroom. And I will have them either grab like one of their little Hot Wheel cars, and I will say, okay, because we live in Iowa, so we always start in Iowa, and I will say, okay, travel to Texas, or please drive to Massachusetts, or please drive to Arkansas, and so forth. So I do that with their little Hot Wheels on the rug, but I also do use this to show them where the states are. So this is what I will continue to be using for him for like geography. Next is I also do have this learning mat also that I picked up with this about 4 years ago. But this is the alphabet. And this side is just, it shows you the alphabet. But then if you turn it around, it actually has like the tracing where you can trace it. And also, I guess if you wanted to, you could color it in. You do have to use like specific pencils and colored pencils, but I will be continuing to do this as we start getting into letter sounds and all of that, and just being able to recognize letters. Also, to go over along with the alphabet is I printed, so these came in a Spanish curriculum that I had purchased. But I'm going to be using them because I'm going to be using them for Play-Doh. So he can like make the letter out of Play-Doh. So that's what I have these. So it's just the alphabet here. Next is, you may have seen these also in another video. And this is a little bit of everything. I picked this up at a thrift store also right around the same time I picked this up. So I've had these in my homeschool classroom for a while. But basically what it is they're giant flashcards, and they're colors and shapes, and there's also numbers in here. Let me see if I can, like there's a number. And so I like to use these as like a game. I will place them like all around my floor in the game room, and then I will make him like jump to, I will name off either a shape, a color, or a number. I will name it off, and then he has to like find it and then jump to it. So we will continue doing that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this much longer. He is he's very good with his shapes and colors and numbers up to, he can recognize them up to 10. So I don't think I'm going to be using this much longer, but for now I will continue to use this for him. is I picked up this Cut and Learn book, and I picked it up from Walmart, and it was in my homeschool haul. But it does come with the scissors, and all it is just like a cutting. That's all it is. It's just like the motor skills of being able to hold scissors and learning how to use scissors. I still have like the tape on it. I'm trying to see if I can get it off so I can show you. So this is what it looks like on the outside, and I can't remember how much I paid for this. I really cannot. But you can find something similar on Amazon. But so this is what it is they cut out, you know, different, there's some lines there, and then they have to like cut out this like cloud and rainbow, and they can even like color it in if they wanted to. Cut out the calculator here, so rectangle there, and then some circles is really what they're focusing on, these 3 here. So yeah, this is something that we have not started, and we will start to do this year with my preschooler. It looks like they do have like other books. It looks like they have like a cut and create. Let me see if I can get it to focus there. Like a cut and create for, it says 4+, and then they have another cut and create for 8-year-olds and over, and it's more of like a craft. But so yeah, we will be working on scissor skills with him this year. And then the last thing that I have to show you, and I did do a flip through on this, is I will be starting the Good and the Beautiful preschool. I did already start it. I think I did like letters A and B, and that's it. And I haven't really touched it anymore since, but I will be continuing on this, and it just teaches colors, letters and sounds, matching, some motor skills, numbers, rhyming, shapes, and sorting. And then I did pick up the practice sheets to go with that. And the activity folder. And then I did get the doodle, the pre-writing, so starting to like trace and stay in between the lines and things like that. So there's that. Some raindrops and so on and so forth. Another thing that I started this summer with him is the counting bears. So if you don't know what the counting bears are, it's like these little bears, and they come in different colors. There's like blue. I did start counting bears with him, but I started doing the sequencing. So I have these that I made. I guess I didn't make them, like I laminated them, but I found them the measuredmom.com, and they were free if I remember correctly when I purchased. I didn't purchase them. When I found them, they were free, and so I just went ahead and downloaded it and laminated myself. So I use these to start teaching him sequence with the counting bears. Next is something else that I already started, but we haven't quite finished, is the large ABC letters, numbers, and this is just like tracing. You can see there where he kind of already started to like color and trace. You can see that he started tracing there. So we are going to continue this book, and we are about halfway through the book, so we should be able to finish it come like Christmas time and things like that. So we are going to continue this book, and I did purchase this off of Amazon. And then another thing that I am going to continue using is, this is something that I purchased last year, and it's like an activity, and so it has some numbers and just like tracing, but then it also has like finding the letters on here. The letters are hidden. They have to circle them. You can kind of tell that he's already started to do this. And then, yeah, so then we have here, he has to try to find the cereal bowls. And then here they're talking about shapes and being able to find them and then counting them. We've got some more alphabets here that they need to trace if they'd like. So yeah, this is something we will continue to use again for this school year. And then I also do have this like calendar, the months of the year. And so this is what I will be using to start teaching the months. Once again, this is something that I've had since my oldest was a preschooler. If I can find it, I will link it for you. I want to say I purchased this from an Etsy shop, but I could be wrong. But so yeah, this is what I will be using to teach the months. And right underneath the months, it does tell you month number 1, month number 2, month number 3, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this is what I will be using for teaching the months of the year. And yeah, that is really all I have planned for my preschooler. I don't want to overload him. With my preschooler, I only do school 2, maybe 3 times a week, and it's for like 20 minutes. I mean, he's 4 years old. That's probably as long as I can get his attention span. So something I will be doing with my preschooler, I haven't purchased it yet. I need to go in and purchase it, is with my oldest, I will be doing the mammals unit study this year. I will be doing the mammals unit study with my oldest. And so I do want to purchase the activity book so my youngest can follow along with us. So I need to go on the Good and the Beautiful to order that. And so I think I might order another activity book also, because I think I might do another unit study as well for my my third grader. But I don't know. But I know for sure I need to go in and order that activity book for my preschooler to follow along the mammals unit study with us. And so for Spanish, for my preschooler, I do have Dino Lingo, and I do have the Spanish one. He has not started Dino Lingo. My oldest has started Dino Lingo, but my youngest has not started Dino Lingo. So that is something he will be starting this year for school to start teaching a little bit more Spanish. I'm going to do some Dino Lingo. I really don't need to focus too much on a specific Spanish curriculum because I do speak Spanish to the boys. So they are very well ahead on Spanish than someone who wouldn't speak Spanish. So I don't feel like I need a curriculum for him. I think using Dino Lingo for him will be just fine. And so, yeah, that is it. That is all I have planned for my preschooler for the 2025 school year. Come like November, December, I will probably make another one of these videos for my preschooler, kind of showing what it is that we will be doing for the 2026 year until summer. But until then, I think this is more than enough to get him started on like preschool. So I hope this gave you some ideas if you're kind of trying to figure out what it is that you want to do with you if you have a preschooler. And I will link what I can in the description. Like I said, there are some things that I've had for many, many years that I may not be able to find, but I will try my best. But if you have any recommendations on like some preschool items, curriculum or anything, I would love to hear it. You can go ahead and leave me a comment. But until next time, thank you so much.